welcome back to the podcast. It is it's going to be week 10 of the NFL. The World Series is over and decided. The Michigan situation is escalating, and college football is looking great. Listen, we've got a lot going on right now. There's a lot of sports talk to be talked.
A lot of sports talk to talked?
Yeah.
Are we going to work the NBA in today?
I mean, so, like I said, we have a lot on our plate here to talk about. And
but if we have time.
Okay. Then we'll see. But I'm not sure about this week, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's start off over in the World Series, and then we'll head over to football. So,
Rangers, baby.
Rangers win the World Series champions for the first time in franchise history. The Rangers, it was tied 1-1 at one point, and the Rangers just said, we're going to end this. And Game 3, 3-1. Game 4, 11-7. And Game 5 to win it all, 5-0. So, congrats to the Rangers. Sadly, the MLB season is over, but that means only one thing. A year from now, the Cubs will be World Series champions. So, looking forward to that one.
How about the Cubs firing David Ross for Craig Counsell? That one came out of nowhere. Complete left field. I had no idea they were looking to replace David Ross. Go sign Craig Counsell. And tell David Ross, don't let the door hit you in the bleep. I like Craig Counsell.
David Ross was a good player.
Cubs need to go get some free agents though.
I heard rumor has it that they are looking for, I believe, Juan Soto and Shohei Ohtani, obviously, because everybody's looking for
I don't want either one.
You don't want either one?
No, because they're both great players, but they're going to cost an arm and a leg. Shohei's going to be $50 million a year. Soto, you're going to trade for him and give up a ton of prospects. Just go sign some free agents. Go get some pitching.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger becomes a free agent. Don't know if he'll resign.
He's going to want $1 million, $30 million a year too.
Well, his contract with the Cubs for this year was, I gotta prove myself. And he did prove himself very well. So
that's why I love the Tampa Bay Rays though. They don't go out and sign these $20 million, $30 million, $40 million guys. They grow talent through their minor league system. They draft well. And then when guys get too expensive, they trade them off and bring in more prospects. And they just continue that cycle. They win with a bunch of $4, $5, $6 million players. It's fantastic. I love what they do.
Yeah, so, if
I was a GM, I wouldn't be paying $30 million either.
I think they still got swept no matter what, but at least they made the playoffs over a team like the Cubs. So,
but congrats to the Rangers.
Congrats to the Rangers. We'll see what next season holds. We'll get into predictions when the time comes. But I'm excited for next season, and we'll give you off-season stuff, and we'll take it from here. So, heading over to college football. Oklahoma has been just crap in the bed. They've been losing a lot lately. Lost to Oklahoma State, 27-24, and they went from rank 6, and now they're rank 17. It's not looking good for Oklahoma.
They've had a couple of bad weeks. They are obviously out of the playoff hunt at this point in time. They may not even make their conference championship game. So, a couple bad weeks for Oklahoma. Not shocked, though. They're not that good of a team. Texas, though. Texas without Quinn Ewers still wins, even though Kansas State should have won that game. And I was hoping Kansas State was going to win that game because that would have taken Texas out of the playoff hunt, but they didn't. Texas, nice overtime win. Clemson beats Notre Dame just when I think Dabo's finally done. He resurrects himself from the grave.
Okay, let's
and
be
he
honest.
comes out and wins a big game.
Did he really resurrect himself? They're 5-4.
Yeah,
They're 5-4.
I know, but that's still a good win for that program and for him.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they're having a down year. I was just hoping that they would continue to spiral, and they won, so I still think Dabo's done.
Anyway, a team that is continuing to spiral downhill is USC. USC is now unranked, loses to Washington, and I mean, we've talked about it before. It's Caleb Williams and no one else against the other team. It's Caleb Williams.
I didn't bet on USC this week.
And they lost.
Good news. And Alex Grinch got fired finally. About 3 years too late. So congratulations to Alex Grinch for stealing money. Lots of money for the last few years to be probably the worst defensive coordinator in Division I football. Yeah, I'm surprised. I won't be surprised if Caleb Williams sits out the rest of the year. Yeah. I mean, look, if I was him, I probably would.
You have nothing to prove. You're already
the
top-rated pick in the NFL draft. I mean, sure, you could go after a Heisman, but at this point, you're out of the race, man.
They can't make the playoffs. He's not going to win the Heisman. They really have nothing to play for at this point. If I were him, I would sit out the rest of the year. To your point, is that he's guaranteed to be the number one pick. All you can do is risk injury by going out there and playing. Take a seat, let people scream and yell that you're a quitter, but whatever. You're going to be a multi-millionaire in about...
Well, he already is a multi-millionaire.
6 months. Yeah, but he's going to be a multi-millionaire in about 6 months.
Let's head over to Michigan. The situation is escalating, and I know we've talked about this before. Your claim is that nothing will happen. So you said 7 years. So nothing will happen until 7 years later.
I was joking a bit.
But like, what are we saying now? Because it's getting a little iffy right now.
I still say the NCAA is not going to do anything this year. Is the Big Ten? Maybe the Big Ten will do something, but I don't think anything will happen this year, and it'll be what I said last week. The NCAA next year, the following year, will put sanctions on Michigan. They'll take away wins. And, maybe they'll say Harbaugh can't coach for a year or something, but he'll be gone by then. It won't matter. Their penalties are... They don't carry any weight. If I were them, there's enough evidence out there from what you read. Now, you can't believe everything you read, but it's coming from enough sources that I think they've got enough evidence to do something. The question is, will they? I don't think so. And I don't think the Big Ten will either, because Michigan is the number 2 team in the country right now. Michigan is more than likely going to go to the college football playoff, which is a huge amount of money for that conference. I don't think they're going to take wins away from Michigan or say they can't go to the playoff or go to the conference championship game, because that impacts the league as a whole. I just don't think they're going to do it. I think it's going to happen in the offseason or next year. So what Michigan is saying right now is that if the Big Ten or the NCAA takes action, Michigan will combat that and go, okay, we're going to take you to court. And so if you don't give us a full investigation. However, Michigan is not allowing a full investigation. So it's like, how are they going to give you a full investigation if you don't let them? I don't know. I think Michigan's in the losing side here. I agree with you. I don't think they'll do anything this year because, let's be honest, it's all about money. They only care about money. So, and sure, if they win the national championship, they might, go, okay, yeah, that doesn't count because you cheated, whatever. That's just a threat by Michigan that they are gonna sue them or take them to court. Michigan doesn't want to go to court because then it opens up their books and then you can see anything and everything that's going on. I just think that's their last gasp to get the Big Ten and NCAA to leave them alone, but I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan is very suspicious right now. I mean, you're not cooperating, and it makes you look like if you did cooperate, it makes you look like, oh, you didn't do it. It's just allegations. But you're not cooperating, makes you look like you did it, makes the situation escalate. And
do you know what else is suspicious?
No.
That your Dolphins can't beat a good team. Would you like to take the mic?
Welcome back to the Dolphins. I created a new thing this week. It's called D.D.F.S. It's called Depressed Dolphins Fan Syndrome. And I've had it. I've had it every time they've played a winning team. The Dolphins are 6-3. That sounds good. It sounds great. They're having a good season. They are 6-0 against teams under 500 and 0-3 against teams over 500. The teams they played over 500, sure, they're juggernauts, but you gotta beat these juggernauts if you want to be a juggernaut, and you want to beat these juggernauts if you want to go far in the playoffs. They've played the Bills, the Eagles, the Chiefs. All of those three, debatably, some of the best teams in the league. However, that's not an excuse. You still should be winning them. Listen. I have no excuses. I don't even know what to say because I don't know the issue. The Eagles game, I thought it was reffing, but I'm gonna, just ignore that. The Bills game just got destroyed, and the Chiefs game didn't have a first half and then decided to show up in the second half, but it was too late by then, and yeah.
Here's the great news. Their next 4 games are against teams with losing records.
Oh, so by the time they play the Cowboys in week 14, they will be 10-3. But then after that, they play 3 teams with winning records: the Bills, the Cowboys, and the Ravens, which means I guess they're going 10-6 if we're gonna stick to this.
That gets you in the playoffs.
Yeah, but let's see what happens in the playoffs if they can't beat a winning team. The Dolphins are FE. In my opinion, the Dolphins are frauds. I've called them the fraud fins for the past couple weeks because that is what they are. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I have to be honest. The Dolphins have to get it together if they want to have if they want to continue to be great. I mean, it's not gonna be all sunshine and rainbows, and that's what they're acting like it is. So, Dolphins, please get it together.
Hey, if you think that's bad, listen to this. Seahawks scored 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals scored 0 points. Rams scored 3 points. Giants scored 6 points. And the Jets scored 6 points.
Okay, well, let's be honest.
Would you rather be Dolphins fan or a fan of one of those teams?
Okay, can we talk about the Giants really quick? Number one, to start off with the Giants. It's a depressing situation there. Daniel Jones out for the season, which I don't want to sound bad here, but let's be honest. That's probably, better for them. Now listen, Tyrod Taylor is also on IR. So
they got Tommy DeVito.
But they have Tommy DeVito, who threw, I think, he went 2 for 5, 35 yards, 2 interceptions, if I'm correct.
The NFL quarterback situation, we talk about it every week, is still a disaster. Still. Now, Kyler's coming back for the Cardinals this week.
I don't even know who they had at quarterback.
Just a few. Last week it was Tune.
Clayton Tune?
Clayton Tune was their quarterback last week.
Was he the Houston guy? Houston quarterback?
Yeah, because they traded Josh Dobbs to Minnesota, who went in and didn't even practice and led them to a victory.
That's insane.
Justin Fields is supposed to come back, whether that's good or bad.
Nope,
I don't
he is
know.
Doubtful. He is probably not going to play again.
Carson Wentz is going to be the new quarterback.
Well, backup.
For the Rams.
The guy's collecting teams like it's Infinity Stones. He's got the Rams, Commanders, Eagles. What other team did he play for? Colts. He just needs one more and he's got all 5.
I mean, the Raiders benched Jimmy G. I don't know how you can do that.
Yeah, and but they won.
Unless they just wanted to stare at him with no helmet on the sidelines for the entire game.
I mean, that would get me fueled up to play. So
the Jets
Stink.
Zach Wilson is bad. Are you still on the Zach Wilson bandwagon?
No. He's lost faith. I've lost faith in him. And listen.
Were there any good games this week to talk about? I guess Bills-Bengals.
Bills-Bengals was good.
Eagles-Cowboys.
Texans versus Buccaneers. What a thriller there. I mean, this is the kind of games we want. How many points is that combined? I can't do math. Something like 70. Anyway, 39-37 victory. Texans victory over the Buccaneers. Can we talk about CJ Stroud?
Is that how you do math in school?
Yeah, I just guessed.
39 plus 37 is something like 70?
Yeah, that's... Yeah. CJ Stroud had an absolute masterclass. 30 for 42, 470 yards, a rookie record, and 5 passing touchdowns. The only guy to do it is, of course, Patrick Mahomes. Who would have thought?
Is that good?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that good?
I wish Tua would do that every week. Because, instead of throwing 100 yards and 1 touchdown, but that's fine. I mean, Noah Brown went crazy. 6 for 153, a touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 10 for 130 and a touchdown. Tank Dell, the other rookie on the Texans, 6 for 114 and 2 touchdowns. And not to mention Nico Collins, 3 for 54 and 1 touchdown. I mean, if this is how the Texans, obviously you can't replicate this game every week. Their defense has to get better because allowing 37 points is not good. But if Stroud is going to continue to play like this, the Texans' future is really, really bright.
The Texans play the Bengals this week. They're going to get a little bit of a wake-up call. So
their future was good for a week, and then they get to play the Bengals.
The Cowboys did cowboy things where they should have won the game and can't manage a clock at the end of the game.
And also, Dak Prescott doesn't know how to stay in bounds on a 2-point conversion.
That was lazy, and the Cowboys should have won that game.
The Browns are looking like one of the best teams in the league. I understand they played the Cardinals.
They are not.
Listen,
their defense is solid, but
no, they probably have the best defense.
They played the Cardinals, man.
Look at the other weeks. They are statistically the best defense in the NFL.
They play the Ravens this week. They're going to get a wake-up call, too.
Yeah, they are, too.
So,
I just want to give a shout-out to Sam Howell really quick.
Why?
He's second in passing yards.
What?
Yeah. Heck yeah, behind Tua.
In the NFL?
Yes.
Sam Howell.
This is the quarterback situation we have.
That's gross, man.
And then Mahomes is third, obviously.
I had no idea. That's a disgusting stat. Maybe we should start a new thing. You can wow me with disgusting stats every week. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right, can we move on to picks? Because I can't wrap my head around that one.
All right. Well, you're not gonna want to wrap your head around this one either. Thursday night football. 2 juggernauts of teams. Biggest game of the season. Bears, Panthers. Who do you got?
Playing for the number 1 pick.
Well, no, the Texans have the number 1 pick.
Give me the Panthers.
Well, since Fields apparently isn't playing, I'm not going to lie. I don't trust Bagel. I love you, Bagel. But I'm going to have to go with the Panthers. They have to win at some point, which, they did, but they have to win again at some point. Colts versus Patriots.
Another 9:30 game. Nice.
Yeah, well,
I'm all about the 9:30 games.
Listen, the last one didn't end well for me, so I don't like 9:30.
Okay.
Anyway, give me the Colts.
Bill Belichick, I think, is coaching for his life. I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
They're 2-7.
They're bad.
They're 2-7.
They're bad. Patriots.
Browns versus Ravens. Give me the Ravens. The Ravens are on fire. Probably the best team in the NFL, besides the Eagles.
I think Deshaun's not going to want to play in this game. I think the Ravens win big.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. Packers versus Steelers. Why do we put these games on the schedule? I don't even know. You know what? Give me the Packers. I believe in Jordan Love. However, Mike Tomlin has somehow led the team to 5-3. Don't know how. He's magical.
It's at Pittsburgh. I'm going with the Steelers.
49ers versus Jaguars. The 49ers need a big win. They've lost 3 in a row now, coming off their bye week. I think they're ready. They're prepared. They have Chase Young now. Give me the 49ers. This might be a really good game.
I think this is your game of the week.
Yes, it is, by the way.
I'm going to go with the 49ers.
Saints versus Vikings. Give me the Saints because I don't think Josh Dobbs has it in his bag.
Back on the Derek Carr bandwagon.
I never said I was.
Boom.
You're making me hate Derek
Saints.
Carr. You're making me hate Derek Carr. Why do you do this to me?
I made you hate Justin Herbert too, and he's fantastic.
I can't believe this. Texans versus Bengals. Bengals are hot. So give me them. Give me the Bengals. Sorry, Stroud. I love you. But...
Bengals by double digits.
All right.
Joey B is on a mission right now.
Titans versus Buccaneers. One of the candidates for worst of the week, but it didn't win. So good job, guys. You weren't the worst teams in the NFL this week. Titans versus Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers. I understand Will Levis. He played good and now is the starter for the rest of the season. But it's, we haven't seen enough of him. But it's also Baker Mayfield is playing against.
I don't like this game at all.
That's why I said it's one of the worst. It was a candidate for worst of the week.
Man, am I going to put confidence in Baker? I don't have any in Will Levis. But I do like Derrick Henry.
Buccaneers.
I think Derrick Henry's going to go off.
You know
Titans. Give me the Titans.
I see that, but give me the Buccaneers. Lions versus Chargers. One of the candidates for game of the week. Because, So, the Lions coming off their bye week. Coming off a rough loss to the Ravens. Just got destroyed. They want a win here. They're hungry. We know Dan Campbell's hungry. So, give me Dan Campbell.
I can't go against Dan Campbell here. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions.
All right, here it is. The worst of the week. Falcons, Cardinals. I understand Kyler's coming back maybe, but we don't know if he's good. And the Falcons have Taylor Heineke as their quarterback. A lot of question marks around this game. This is why I picked it. Honestly, you know what? Give me the Falcons. I was going to pick the Cardinals for a second, but I just realized...
I don't know why.
I just realized how bad they were.
I don't know why the Cardinals aren't giving Clayton Tune another chance. I mean, he threw for 62 yards last week.
Listen, I mean, that's a superstar kind of stat line. I think they should really invest on him, really get weapons around him, really build their franchise around a guy who can throw 62 yards in a game.
I just don't think they gave him a full chance. Clayton Tune should feel slighted by this decision to bring back Kyler. With that said, I think Kyler's going to be rusty. I think the Falcons win an ugly 13-10 kind of game.
Yeah. Is this one going to be worse? I mean, not the worst of the week, but Giants versus Cowboys. The last time these teams played each other in week 1, it was 40-0 Cowboys. That was when they had Daniel Jones as their quarterback. Now they have Tommy DeVito. What is the score predictions for this game?
I don't know, but Dallas is favored by 16 points, which is a massive number for the NFL. I may take Dallas with the 16 points because it's going to be ugly. Dallas.
Yeah, no. Give me the Cowboys all the way. Commanders versus Seahawks. Seahawks, again. Dude, everyone's coming off a rough loss to the Ravens. So give me the Seahawks. I understand Sam Howell is going crazy, but give me the Seahawks.
Seahawks at home.
Jets Raiders.
I don't even want to talk about this game.
Because it's who? Aiden O'Connell versus
Raiders.
Zach Wilson.
Raiders at home.
Honestly, give me the Jets. Can we give the ball to Devontae Adams, please? Also, why is this Sunday night prime time? I don't get it.
I don't know. Look at the Monday night game.
Well, no, I was just thinking like, Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be their quarterback. Jimmy G was supposed to be their quarterback, so maybe. But I still don't get it. And like you said, Monday Night Football, Bills versus Broncos. This is going to be just either the closest game we've ever seen because the Bills will just suck and Josh Allen will suck, or it's going to be the biggest blowout. And I'm going to say it's going to be the biggest blowout. Give me the Bills.
Bills, it's not even worth talking about. They're going to get healthy this game and dominate the Broncos.
I mean, man, why? These NFL games suck.
Because the NFL's bad.
And I don't have the Dolphins to watch either, so I have to sit through all of this.
It's a bad product, man. All right.
I just want March Madness.
All right. Do we finally get to talk about the NBA?
See, I'm feeling a little tired. I'm feeling a little drowsy. And I feel like I wasted all my brain power, all my energy on the on the NFL and college football and the World Series. Because I mean, those are three big sports right there. And the NBA is kind of like, it's a big sport.
Well, at some point, I still want to talk about James Harden getting traded, and now I want to talk about Bam Adebayo's 20 rebound triple double, which doesn't happen very often. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week we can also maybe talk about Victor Wembanyama. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe next week, but as you know, we've got packed schedules a lot. So we said what did we say? We would do it 3 weeks ago, and it's been 3 weeks. So we'll give it some more time. We'll let the pot simmer a little bit more. So we'll see you in the next podcast episode.